You know, Annette, I've always been fascinated at actors' early jobs before they become actors. Now, when you were in San Diego, didn't you work as a cook once on a boat?
Yeah, I did. I was scuba diving. I learned how to scuba dive when I was 15 or 16, and I went out on a boat to be certified to get my little badge or whatever it was. And I saw this fantastic boat. It was sort of like a sport fishing boat, except it was scuba diving, so it wasn't glamorous or anything. It was like 65 feet long, and they had this cook, and I somehow got involved. And I remember driving down in my mother's station wagon, sitting at the end of the dock, and thinking I was going to go ask the guy for a job. I remember that, being very nervous. And then I did, and the first weekend I was assistant cook, and then the next weekend I was the cook, and I was cooking for 20 and 30 people. You know, now I would be completely intimidated by doing that. I would think, I can't do that. I don't know how. But at the time, I don't know, it didn't scare me, so I did it. It was wonderful. I did it for a year. It was a great experience.
You know, when the movie Wyatt Earp came out
Yeah.
earlier this year, there were a lot of there was a lot of talk about how its thunder was stolen by Tombstone. And I couldn't help but think of the Dangerous Liaison's Valmont. He did a great job in that film. Did you feel that the fact there were two similar movies close together, that hurt both films?
Well, I don't think it hurt them. They were a great success, and it was a wonderful movie. And I remember when I finished Valmont, I just got back to this country, and they were coming out with that movie right as we finished, so I saw it and thought, wow, this is really terrific. So I don't know whether that's, I suppose that is fair, maybe that we didn't get as much attention, or that we would have, obviously, had it not been. But I have to say that at that point I was so just focused on the making of the movie, and I had such a good time making the movie, and it was such a dream come true for me as an actor to get a period film, because I was trained in the theater, a period film in Europe with Milos Forman directing it. It was just so exciting. So, you know, it was a wonderful experience for me. But Wyatt Earp's a very good movie. I just saw it recently, so that's too bad that they felt that that their thunder was stolen anyway, because it's great. I really liked it.
Well, turning to this film, Katherine Hepburn and you have a great scene together. I couldn't help but notice that Miss Hepburn says a word that she wouldn't have said in the 40s or 50s in a movie.
Yeah.
What was the reaction like when she first saw that on the script, you know, and among the crew?
Oh, it was hysterical. Now, she had seen the script before she came on the set, so she was well aware of it, but there was quite a reaction when she said it. You know, it was really funny and wonderful that she would, and had no compunction, by the way, about saying it, because I know when they were working on the script, and I said, you know, do you think she'll say this? I don't know if she'll say it. And Warren said, I think she will. He was absolutely right. He had her nailed.
You know, when Bugsy came out, I almost felt sorry for you because of all the press interviews you had to do and all these stories about, you know, Annette, Warren, Annette,
yeah,
and all that
yeah.
stuff. Was there any hesitancy on your part about doing this movie because you were going to have to face all that PR once again?
You know, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Also, I find that with most publicity, if I don't choose to make a public appearance, I'm pretty much left alone. I don't feel like I'm dogged by the press or anything. And actually, the press have been pretty good to us and all of that. And we pretty much stay out of the public eye, except, you know, in a time we have a movie coming out. So no, my joy and my desire to work with Warren so far outweighs any hesitancy I have. Although it is, you know, on this picture, of course, people think, well, this is your life story or something, which it's not. It's a movie, and it's a remake of an old movie. So it's not our life story, although people sometimes think that, I think.
You know, there's some great locations in this film. You know, New York, LA, and Tahiti.
Yeah.
Now, how do the crew members react when they find out they're going to Tahiti?
They really like it. They really like it. They have to work very hard, though, and when you do go on location to a place like Moorea, which is the island we went to, which is adjacent to Tahiti, I mean, they're great. They love it. And movie crews, they're used to traveling all over, and they know what it's like. So they were very excited. It was fun. Was just thinking about some pictures I took of everybody, you know, in their dungarees and running around Tahiti. It was really a great time. We were getting up, you know, when it was still dark, and catching dawn shots and working until sunset and all that kind of thing. So we worked very hard, but it was great.
The Empire State Building, of course, figures prominently in this film.
Right.
And in the story, without giving away too much, you don't really get to see the observation tower. In real life, have you made that trip?
Yes, we made it when we were working on the picture, or before we went up there just to see what it was like. You know, it was a lot of fun.
Okay. And one final question: we're doing a lighthearted look at the Oscars, and I'm just wondering, when you're nominated for an Oscar, how VIP is a VIP treatment Oscar week? What kind of things do they have you?
Oh, you get to go to a luncheon. That's fun. There's a luncheon which is a lot of fun, and everybody comes. Actually, a lot of people can't come because they're working or something, but it's during the day, and everybody has their picture taken together, all the nominees, and that's really a great amount of fun, and getting ready and all of that. It's really a kick. It's a lot of fun.
And last question: I'm doing a story about actors as they become famous and how their lives change. And you had pretty humble beginnings, just pretty much middle America, living in San Diego and all that. As your fame grows and you're a high profile marriage, and do people develop a sixth sense at reading people? Because you must have a lot of people who approach you wanting things because of your fame. Do you develop a sense of, this person just wants something from me?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I think I do. It took me a while, actually, to really understand that I'm in a position where, yeah, people will want something of me, and that I don't necessarily have to accommodate people. But yeah, it's part of it. It's part of being in the public eye. So I guess for me, once I understood that, then it becomes a part of it. And if you don't want to be in that position, then you don't have to be. I mean, I don't have to be an actor. I don't have to be sitting here. I don't have to be in the public eye. It's something that I do because I always wanted to act. So yeah, I kind of have had to make peace with that to a degree. And I'm developing the ability to say, I'm really sorry, I can't help you out on that without feeling guilty about it, like I may be used to.
What happens if, say, you're having dinner with your husband and somebody just comes up and starts pestering you? Like, how do you get out of that?
Generally, people don't do that too much, actually. I mean, no, I can only remember, a few times that generally people are a little bit more, kind and respectful. Once in a while, I feel invaded, and I feel really angry about it. Not very often, though. I just feel like, oh, well, there it goes. That happens again. And it doesn't really bother me. And generally, also, people are very nice. They just want to say something nice, and they're excited or they're intrigued seeing us. And so generally, people are pretty nice about it. Once in a while, someone is unkind or rude, and then I just kind of check out.